The Kilauea eruption continues to trigger dozens of earthquakes a day as dozens have been recorded in the space of 24 hours. U.S. Geological Survey (USGS) recorded the largest one at 10:53 a.m. local time, 9:53 p.m. British Summer Time, on Wednesday, measuring magnitude 5.3 at a distance of 5 kilometers west-southwest from Kilauea. Last Saturday, Hawaii's Big Island was rocked by 270 earthquakes in just 24 hours. Kilauea is now entering its 28th day of continuous eruption and the volcano is not showing any signs of ceasing activity as lava flows are now moving at a faster and hotter rate. The eruptive activity in Hawaii will definitely not affect activity at Yellowstone. Jessica Johnson, lecturer in geophysics at the University of East Anglia. Will eruptions in Hawaii affect the Yellowstone Caldera? Yellowstone Caldera is a supervolcano located in the Yellowstone National Park in Wyoming, western U.S. The volcano has seen 3 big eruptions, the first one 2.1 million years ago and the most recent 630,000 years ago. However, the USGS has stressed there are no imminent signs of a Yellowstone volcano eruption. The distance between Kilauea and Yellowstone is 2,974 miles, as the crow flies, and there is no scientific proof volcanoes located such a large distance between each other would trigger eruptions in each other. Getty geologists have said there are no signs the Kilauea eruption will trigger an eruption at Yellowstone. David Rothery, professor of planetary geosciences at the Open University, said, "There is no conceivable causal mechanism that could link Kilauea to triggering eruptions or earthquakes elsewhere." Jessica Johnson, lecturer in geophysics at the University of East Anglia, told Express.co.uk, "The eruptive activity in Hawaii will definitely not affect activity at Yellowstone. Volcanoes are caused by melting in the crust, either through decompression, water, or heat. These are fairly local processes and so only volcanoes that are in close proximity, less than approximately 100 kilometers, might have any influence on each other. Even volcanoes closer than that don't often affect each other. Kilauea and Yellowstone are on different tectonic plates and so there is a great distance and a lot of different crustal structures separating them." Getty Yellowstone volcano. The last eruption at Kilauea happened 630,000 years ago. The USGS has said there are a few historic examples of simultaneous eruptions from volcanoes or vents located, however this is when they were close distance, within about 10 kilometers. However, it is very difficult to determine whether one eruption caused the other, to the extent that these erupting volcanoes or vents have common or overlapping magma reservoirs and hydrothermal systems. Magma rising to erupt from one volcano might affect the other volcano's plumbing system and cause some form of unrest, including eruptions, the USGS said. For example, the huge explosive eruption of Nova Eruptive event in Alaska triggered the summit of nearby Mount Ka'ai volcano to collapse, thereby forming a new caldera, but no eruption. When scientists have researched whether there have been simultaneous eruptions from nearby volcanoes, they looked into whether the individual volcanoes or vents were part of a volcano complex consisting of overlapping stratovolcanoes, cinder cones, fissures, vents and even calderas. In these cases, the erupting volcanoes are actually part of the same volcano complex. For example, Tivavor and Vulcan cones both erupted at nearly the same time in September 1994. However, the eruption did not really trigger a nearby vent to erupt, instead moving magma leaks to the surface at multiple sites. There is no possibility of Kilauea triggering an eruption at Yellowstone as it would not even set off an eruption at Mauna Loa. The volcano Kilauea is located on the southeastern flank of Getty Yellowstone volcano. Kilauea activity has continued since the beginning of May. This is because the volcanoes have separate shallow magma reservoirs which do not seem to affect each other despite their summit calderas being just 33 kilometers apart. Magma rising into both volcanoes originates from the same mantle hotspot, but the chemistry of the magma is distinct from each other. The timing of historic eruptions at Mauna Loa and Kilauea strongly suggests that an eruption at one volcano does not cause or trigger an eruption at the other volcano, the USGS said.